Hello everyone, and welcome back to another live stream here on the twitch.tv/xisuma on a Saturday morning. It feels like it's been maybe quite a long time since we did a Saturday morning live stream. Billman68, Lucaro, The Cheese Eater, some of the people throwing bananas in chat, Winnie T. Ford as well, Banyan, thank you so much. We had S1W gifting a sub to Confetti Boom. In the intro, the pre-stream music which we brought back. Thank you for supporting our community, Confetti Boom. Be sure to say thanks in the chat. We also got Billman68 for 75 months, incredible. And Yuki is bored, signed up over at Patreon, joining the Let's Play Minecraft Together community. Thank you for doing that. By the way, thumbnails, right, for videos, for the live streams. That might just be my thumbnail. I'm going to open that. Because that looks amazing behind us there. I need to get that spinning skull, don't I? I will do that when 1.19.4 is here. I'll update my resource packs and stuff. Right, we'll drop off some junk. But the plan today is that we're going to mine the other diamonds, the nether diamonds, the ancient debris. Didn't we do this with beds last time? I just, you know, every time we go down an activity in this game, there used to be a time where activities were rather simple. You know, you just wander down into a cave and mine for resources. That was it. Over time, there are more and more activities to do in this game. More and more things to remember. I'll put that one away to be sorted. This one I'll do myself, because it's just magma blocks. So yeah, what do I need? Like, am I just going to bring wood and wool? Make some beds, blow some things up. Oh goodness me, we're filling up our storage system. Yeah, I can't imagine I'd need too much more than that. I mean, that would make 6 stacks of plank. No, 8 stacks of plank. 7, 8, there you go. Can't see us needing more than that while we're down there. We've got a fire resistance potion if things get hairy. And yeah, I'm down there to get some netherite scraps. Welcome to all the peeps in the chat saying morning and all of that, so welcome everyone. Chicken Storm says debating whether I should stay here or go watch Doc's video. I mean, do what you want to do, man. The stream is live. Sometimes it's fun to be here when it's live. Doc's video will be there for you after, of course. But it's really up to you. If this ain't your cup of tea, you know, go for it. We might do some redstone stuff, some little mini game designing later today as well. So we're not going to be grinding everything out. Any tips, chat? Any tips? I need your help. That's why I'm explaining, like, hey, we're doing these activities and there's stuff that you forget about. I think that's it. I think you just need a fire resistance potion and then the beds. Gold armor in case you run into piglins. We'll be underground. We can block them off. Don't die, says Black Londis. Oh my god! I was intending on dying. Well, glad you're here. Gosh. I would have made a right wally of myself. Music today is sublime. Rune Realms, once again, what a great fit it is, right? Really liking the music. DJ Echo is here for 57 months as well. Thank you, DJ Echo, for resubscribing with the Amazon Prime. Xisuma, will you attend the Realms convention this Sunday, says Babsy TV. If I'm available, then yeah, but depends what time it's at, right? There's a big old tunnel that's been dug out here that goes a long, long ways away. Why don't we travel down here, because we're probably heading into territory where someone hasn't mined for ancient debris. And let's not go too close to this biome yet. Nether wastes, here we go. So I'll just go like downwards diagonal. Oh, there's a point actually. There's a point. Maybe that's not a good idea. Because we're high up in the world. We want to pop down. We love us some Rune Realms music, says Scotch Ramoon. Good to hear it. Just in that voice. Yeah, we need some land. We don't want a lava lake, do we? So if we keep going, Some lava lakes for a long time. What's behind us too? Yeah, we want to come back to about here. Then we want to go downwards. And then we're probably going to block off the entrance because there'll be piglins here, and I'm not wearing gold. Unless they just don't follow me down. And then there's lava. Let's change direction a little bit. And is there like an optimal height to mine at? I didn't do any oh my god, someone's already been here. Someone's already been here. Wow. Shall I just go in that direction? Then you got the lava lake to deal with. If I go lower down, yeah, no, I'll go in this direction underneath the lava lake. That's what I'll do. Okay, that was this way? Yeah, that seems to be it. Okay. Well, we got a plan at least. Minus 15. No, wait, not minus 15. That doesn't exist here, does it? 11. So we go a little bit higher, which kind of looks like where... God, I'm having trouble clearing my voice today. Kind of looks like that's where the previous person went. So we'll take a couple of steps up to around here. I mean, 14 is good enough for me. Oh, and then we're back down again. And is that it? I think that's it now. Yeah, there you go. So now we make our own tunnel. Right. And at this point, I have a hot cup of tea, and I think it's time to have a sip. You know, I think I've earned that. MS2008 says, "Hi, Mr. Xisuma, how are you? I'm good, thanks." "Hey, X, you gonna go watch John Wick?" says Captain Deadpool. Oh, right, is that out? John Wick 4? You know, I love doing what I do. Making videos, doing live streams. But it's become, like, so much of what I do that I'm not entirely sure how to do different things sometimes. And I was just checking in with myself and feeling like I'm gonna need a break. I'm gonna need a day off. But I have no plans. And I have, like, no desires to do much else at the moment. Oh, what a great start! What a great start. We'll take that. 2 of them, brilliant. I forget how many. Do you need 4 to make an ingot, right? I think it's... Oh, should we check a little bit further here as well? So yes, as some of you know, I love music and making music. And the other day, actually, not too long ago, I just had like a moment where I just started making some music again. But like... Anyway, you know, I don't have like this compass for like the other things that I want to do. Just feels like all I do is my content creation, and I love it and I enjoy it, but I need a break from it, and I'm never quite sure like what the other things I want to do are. So like going to London for a day is pretty fun. That's something I might do. Maybe I'll go watch this John Wick movie. Bannian says, "Hey X, have you played Diablo 4 yet?" That's the next thing I was going to get to, right? Like, for a lot of people it's playing games, and I just don't have any games that I want to play. However, Diablo 4, you know, I'm really going to enjoy that. So I'll be playing Diablo 4. If I may ask, what does a break look like, says Galactic Player? I don't know, because I don't know how to take breaks. That's what I'm getting at, you know? I just seem to do this, you know? And I've taken some trips to London recently, which have been very enjoyable. So that's a good way to have a break. But it's not like I'm I'm sitting around with the next thing I want to do on the tip of my tongue. And then when I feel it, when I feel like, oh, you know what, I kind of need a break, I don't know what to do. What's your opinion on Poison by Alice Cooper? I just thought about it because it's playing on the radio. I can't even recall that song. Noise in the Ear. We got Winter Cherry 7 for 6 months and G-Staff for 86 months. Thank you so much, my dude, Evil X in the chat right there. Appreciate you and your continued support. You should ask Mumbo for tips on taking breaks. Might be a good idea, actually, yeah. Anyway, I got a little something figured out for Monday, I think. I'm going to do some research later. Right now, if I remember correctly, do we like stand... Yeah, I feel like that was correct. I feel like that was correct. This was Nembomb figuring this stuff out, if I remember correctly, like the whole bed technique. Such a crazy little way to do stuff in this game. There's also, if I remember correctly, there's also a thing with like chunk borders. So this time, I'm not going to stand to the side of the next block, and I took just half a heart of damage. So it seems like we got the right idea in mind. Remember, bombs only hurt you if they get your feet. Ah. Now what I probably should have done is like aligned this a little bit better, but we'll eyeball it as sort of like going to the middle of the chunk. And throw down our beds. That time I landed in the fire, not so good. And the tunnel is here. I'm going tomorrow, this time for John Wick. It's been a terrible work week, says Captain Deadpool. I might end up doing the same. I don't know. I have to think about what my plans are for the next couple of days. So, you know, going to London's one of them. John Wick might be another. Actually, I'm not sure I'm terribly thrilled about the John Wick movie. Just I like going to see a movie on occasion. I enjoyed those when they came out, but like I don't know, it's like the same sort of thing each time, right? High action, hand-to-hand combat scenes. Don't know if I'm really in the mood for that. We'll see. We'll see. What's your favourite movie genre? Says Jet Ski. Oh, I think it's just easy to say drama, right? Like drama is the if I like movies that aren't drama, it's usually because it's got that other thing and a good drama element to it, you know. Hey, we were discussing about how like stuff is called drama on the internet last stream, and like drama movies are not that kind of drama, are they? I used to really love horror, but I just kind of like watched everything and then it was like, alright, I've seen this all now. My god, that is terrifyingly close. And I do not know if there was any ancient debris. We'll go this way then. None there. None there. Oh, that could have been real bad. Kitcherific, thank you ever so much for your subscription, by the way. A few minutes behind on that noise in the ear. I absolutely love old horror movies, especially goofy ones, says the Scarlet Boy. Some of those can be a lot of fun, right? It's a good film if you enjoy fight choreography, says Killer Instinct. See, I do, but what I don't like is the modern, fast editing, shifting cameras. I like it when the combat is like very plain, at least from the perspective of the camera, right? Like, there's a good old bunch of it just over there that I've seen. So are we like too close to the lava lake? I think it's the gravel patches that throw us off at this point. Here we go. So yeah, I like the choreography a lot. The choreography can be like amazing, right? It's just the way it's edited and the camera movements, and when they do all that super shaky, fast stuff, I find it a little tricky to keep up. And I like to appreciate like fully seeing and understanding what's happening. Right, we're up to 5 scraps. I don't need a crazy amount, but we'll spend a decent amount of time over here. I think I'm going to go down a block and try and avoid this lava dropping down. So we'll go at this height over here. And the lava still... Well, actually, that was just a pocket of lava, wasn't it? Okay, next one over here. IUV Gummy with some cheers and biddies. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting the channel. No message with that one, though, but thank you nonetheless. Confetti Boom says, this is the first time I've ever seen you live, X, and you were gifted a sub. Right as you tuned in. How cool is that? Good horror movies are in short supply, it feels like, says Blue Skies. I sort of agree, but I think what's more likely is, like, as you get older, that genre kind of tires. You know, like, the act of being scared is really exhilarating. I've told this story before. Not that it's really that significant or anything. But I had a friend, and when I was growing up, and we were watching horror movies, and I, like, went out to the garage to get a drink or something, and they hid behind the door. And then as, like, I came back through the door, they, like, said my name really creepily and, like, moved towards me. And it absolutely scared the life out of me. And then I, like, a moment later just laughed and absolutely loved it. Like, because what you're scared of isn't really a threat. And when you realise that, it becomes enjoyable to be scared, right? That becomes the fun of it. Right, let's now go back and then pick another direction left to right. Trying to avoid all this lava everywhere. So yeah, what became the fun of it was, like, realizing that, yeah, the scare is essentially artificial, and you can have some fun, and that's what I like about horror movies. So I loved, like, that they had scared me. It was just, like, a good laugh. And then that's how I looked at horror movies after that. It was just like, this is just having fun, you know, with the act of being scared. And I think one of the ones that scared me the most was probably Paranormal Activity. And a lot of people could speak negative about that one, just saying, oh, clearly it's fake or rubbish or whatever. But, like, you gotta, oh, look at that. You gotta buy into the scare a little bit. You gotta be invested in the idea. It's a horror movie, right? Like, yeah, of course we know it's fake, but, like, let's have some fun here. And that's my attitude towards those sorts of movies. But eventually it kind of runs out, right? Like, you've seen all the jump scares, and it loses its effect on you. So a movie like The Conjuring is a really good horror movie to me because it hits you on two different fronts. Like, the drama element of the movie is that there's some really great character development and an emotional investment in those characters, right? And if you bring that to a movie, that's always, for me, the biggest thing about the movie is always going to be the characters, the story arc that they go on, the character development, you know, the drama of it. Is Doc transporting dragons again? Quite possibly. Let's have a look. Yeah. Doc and Scar were chatting this morning. I joined them for a minute. I think they must have made an arrangement then to get Scar a dragon. X, can I make a recommend that once you've placed the bad, and that's the end of the sentence. Wow, amazing. Sunshine scared me the most. Not for everyone, I'm sure of that. Yeah, I'm gonna watch a movie later today. I got a planned little, have a pizza, Halo top, just chill out, you know. And the movie I was gonna watch was £7 with Will Smith. I know I've seen it before, but I can't really remember it. And I watched The Pursuit of Happiness last week. Really enjoyed that. Watching Will Smith movies because I've been listening to his audiobook, actually finished it. I really want to watch Independence Day again at some point. I feel like that would be like a fun one to watch with friends though. I absolutely loved that movie. That was like there were a few movies and things where you were sort of like not quite old enough for it yet, but it was like a big deal, and you wanted to like watch it and see it. And Independence Day with Will Smith was one of those. I remember like the Beavis and Butthead movie was another one, and so kids at school would like be showing off if they had like seen the movie or something. And I absolutely adored it when I saw it. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Same with like Men in Black. Being a kid and watching the Men in Black movie, like so much fun. And the soundtrack to that too was awesome. Snowy Leah says Independence Day was brilliant. I loved it. It really was, wasn't it? Might give that one a rewatch at some point. Sometimes I really just like love watching a movie and doing a big grind in Minecraft. I've been in the mood for that lately, but I don't have like any big grinds. When I was working with Pixel Riffs on slime, what am I saying? The copper aging facility. Like that hole, I watched the Indiana Jones movies while digging out that hole, and it was just so nice to just sit and do a classic Minecraft grind and enjoy a good movie, you know. Oh, placing the wrong block. Placing the wrong block. We got Kaspuri here for 7 months. Woo, time flies when you're having a good time. I'm always too scared of lava to look for ancient debris like this. Ah, right. Well, the thing I always say about, I don't know, like being scared of stuff in Minecraft or not thinking you're good enough or whatnot, it's really just preparation and understanding the technique, I think, is a good way to approach what we're doing here. Like if you think about all the actions I've taken so far, that I haven't really come that close to lava, right? Like, lava doesn't come at you like a mob does, so if you learn to predict the environment you're in a little bit, it becomes less stressful and more manageable. Because when that bed blows up, I know there's a chance that I might land in fire, or there might be lava coming a little too close to comfort. But I'm ready to like back off. I know where the exit is, right? So like, where am I going? Look, I look down, make sure I don't fall into fire, then we look around. You've got time to react when using this method, so I'd encourage you to prepare and do it the way I've done. Bring a fire resistance potion, put it on your hotbar, which I hadn't actually done. Make sure you're standing behind a block when you put down the bed, and then look down and remember to eat from time to time, right? And it's a pretty simple process. It's a pretty easy-going, simple process. Oh, and then occasionally, you see, again, we know the environment, we know that can happen, we're ready to back off and put down some blocks. That being said, I did just put a lot of netherrack into my like shulker box, so you do want to keep some on your hotbar. IUV Gummies here with some cheers and biddies, saying sorry about that, didn't see the message part, but I love your streams and videos. Keep going. Thank you again for more cheers and biddies, and glad you enjoy them. And thank you so much for the support. And check your armor as well to make sure it doesn't break. Not sure how safe you are without it, says Blackjack. Yep, another pro tip. I don't think you have to worry about that if you've got mending and it's usually like repaired. But if you're on a long trip, sometimes, you know, the damage accumulates, right? That's generally the problem there. Aha, see, I'm on fire, but I'm looking down ready to put it out. Surrounded by, you know, potential death, but there's no mobs down here. I can just stand still. I remember trying to coach Corrales and Mumbo into going to the Nether and not being afraid and all this sort of stuff, and it just did not work. They both totally went wild. I just had another idea, by the way. What happens when we have 2 blocks between? Oh, look. Well, in this case we can experiment, but what happens when we have 2 blocks? Doesn't really make a difference, does it? Now that is kind of awkwardly close. Oh! Almost missed it, almost missed it. You can get fire resistance on your armor. I should have fire resistance on one of these. But I don't. Oh! In fact, These aren't even maxed out, right? Like... Oh no, protection 4. Maybe they are. Blast protection. Yeah, maybe I should get like a second helmet that has the fire protection. I thought I had some. You know what it is? It's my chest plate. Since they introduced the elytra, you got one less piece of armor. So like, the way you choose to balance out what protections you want has changed a little bit. Okay, let's get back over here. 9, we're up to 9 now. I could think a little bit more about what I actually want. I was standing a little bit closer that time. Oh, and I think the black stone really sort of changed the shape of the explosion there. That is where our tunnel was, so we'll continue on this way. All the way to over here. Let's read some more chat. X, if you like the horror stuff, you should read... There was that weird breath intake thing noise again. You should read some Irish folklore like Changelings or Dullahan. Creepy stories that I was told as a child. Yeah, I got a lot on my read list at the moment. Let's go put in some beds here. Chestplate question mark. I could this would be a good place to wear a chestplate because there's not a lot else going on, right? Like, I'm not really flying, nor do I need to use my elytra as a means of escape. That's one of the reasons I tend to not swap over to the chestplate, is because the elytra is a good way to get out of trouble. A lot of the time it's like, mobs, fly away, you know? Even when you're caving in these caves, sometimes it makes sense. I am going to actually swap my rockets with that. Now in 1.19.4 I would be able to right click to swap the armor, which is super cool, but by putting it on my hotbar it will just be a reminder that I'm wearing that and that I need to change it later. So this one has protection 4, yeah. Could possibly do with fire protection somewhere, right? Okay, so back to the beds. I haven't played in a while. Can someone explain the skull on his pick? CJE, it is just a custom texture. Woo! Onwards we continue. Let's put that down, do that, put out the fires, right? I have a lot of gravel this season. A lot of gravel in my storage. Some of it's from mining out the caves around my base and whatnot, and I think some of it's from like trips to the Nether. There's a lot of places you can get gravel. If you always pick it up, you accumulate quite a lot of it these days. Right. What have we got here? Another lava lake, or just, yeah? There's one there. We'll skip the right hand side on this next blast. And then we got some blackstone to chew through. Oh, I haven't been picking up the quartz either. We're about to build a bartering farm, so I'm less inclined to pick that stuff up now. Right, and are we going into a different biome? No. Continues. You can see someone else has been out here looking for this stuff. I always put protection 4 on boots and helm, then fire protection on leggings, says Leonid. Yeah, I used to have this rule of like always have one fire protection, but this season I didn't do it. I think it's because I don't know actually why I didn't. Okay. Don't think there was any just behind there. Oh, do I need to mine that block too? I do. And, oh, I was just about to say, I saw lava drips, right? I literally saw the lava drips. Particle effects. Do you have any tips for getting good at this game, says Slimy HD. Oh, yes, I do. Lock yourself. Ah! into a... Okay, no, I was going to make a joke and then I realised that joke is just not funny. Read the wiki, read the Minecraft wiki. Watch tutorials. Ask questions to streamers. Specific ones. You know, like, how do I do this thing? How do I do that thing? Why are you doing it this way? Why are you doing it that way? A lot of this game revolves... Hey, there's some. Revolves around knowledge of the various things. I would say, though, there is like... There was a beautiful moment in the past that I was a part of where the knowledge and discovery of this game, despite there being so much less stuff in it, was really like a communal effort, an individual effort, like, and then today it's kind of known when new stuff comes out, like, we try and extract maximal information about it, and then it's, you know, you can find all the pro tips in someone else's video. Like, if you want to undertake the opportunity of, like, exploring the game on your own to figure these things out, like, there is just a treasure trove of cool stuff to learn in this game. And I'd encourage anyone who has the opportunity to do so, as a new player, to maybe, like, not drift into that space of just, like, learning everything from other players online, but actually trying to teach yourself the game and figure out all the things you can do yourself. Huh. Can we make 1, 2, 3? I'll put those back. Oh no, wait, that don't make no sense. Put the scaffolding in there and the blackstone. Now we got it. Cool. Nice and efficient. Keep playing, says Leonard. Yeah, just keep playing. I actually use full protection on my armor, but it is good to have different sets, says Even. Yeah, so I was looking into this a little while back, and I think something changed at one point, but the way it used to work is that there was a protection cap. So after you had a certain amount of pieces of protection, you were no longer going to gain benefit from it. So it made sense to sacrifice one protection for another type of protection, i.e. fire or blast, because although you wouldn't be maxed out, like, you would gain this, like, additional benefit. Sorry, I'm getting rung a lot here, and it's like, hey, send me a message. Yeah, you get this additional benefit if you just also had one of these other things on. But they changed it at some point, and I was looking into it, and I'm not sure quite what the best way to do things is anymore. So it's something I've been meaning to get back into. But for the amount of time I put into, like, making videos, Hermitcraft, like, takes up a lot of it, and I've sort of made this conscious decision to, like, enjoy Hermitcraft and be a part of it while it's still a thing, because I think, you know, one day, you know, everything comes to an end, right? And the alternative would be, if I wasn't playing Hermitcraft as much, I'd still be able to do all the myth busting and investigations and things like I did back in the day. But the problem is, like, my time for doing this is just less than it once was. I used to just, you know, have no responsibilities, live with my parents, didn't exercise or stretch or look after myself in the same way I do today. So I would, you know, just grind Minecraft all day, and I loved it. Like, I love pumping out videos. I remember just always thinking about, like, oh, what's the next thing I'm going to make here, and being on it. Whereas these days I've got to pace myself, you know. Been doing this a long time. Gotta do it in the way where you maximally enjoy it. We can make, like, a passageway here. Oh, do you know what? I'll just go, like, around it. Just go over here a little bit. Don't have to keep that straight line, do I? There's no rule saying I should do that. Yeah, and what I'm getting at is that if I wasn't doing Hermitcraft, I would totally be, like, figuring those things out and doing those investigations and spending more time in, like, a Redstone world or whatever. But Minecraft has had legs, and I hope one day it'll, you know, not that I hope that Hermitcraft comes to an end, but when Hermitcraft does reach its conclusion, either for me or as a whole, Like, I will happily go into that other space and do those little investigations and become little myth-busting Xisuma again, right? But I kind of decided, hey, like, while this thing is somehow still going on, I want to be a part of it, because it was like my dream, I guess I could say, to be involved in a community like this, having watched Minecraft just be an absolute incredible barrel of laughs and fun, and the idea of playing together on a server, making content, just seeing, like, Minecraft is like the beginning of Hermitcraft in some ways. Like, everyone on here was a Minecraft fan, basically. If you're from this part of the Minecraft community, that's just the thing that was happening, and it was amazing, and it was so short-lived. It was so brief. It's kind of crazy how that was just like a brief moment in time now. So when I joined Hermitcraft, it was because I wanted to be a part of a community like that. And now here we are, and it's evolved, it's lasted for over 10 years, it's gone from strength to strength. And I don't think I'd want to, you know, make that decision of like, oh, I'll do this other thing instead. I think I want to be a part of this while it's still ongoing, you know? Aha, right, none there. Right, and then continue onwards. That's a bit of a waffle. This was the best time. I loved having so much free time, says I'm Bert. Are you referring to, like, being at home with your parents and not having responsibilities and stuff? I miss stuff like mod source, says G-Stab. Me too. I really feel like we could do something together that would be really fun in modded. But vanilla's such a big, like, taker of time. Like, we all put in crazy amounts of time into our vanilla content. I know you said you are not going to rent movies that are not on platforms, but this one is on Amazon Prime, says Tunkerat. What one is it? I mean, if it's something that I really feel like, yeah, I'm going to really enjoy this, then maybe I will. But my thing is just be smart with money, you know? Make good financial decisions. They add up over time. Who are the former Minecraft members? Doc, Ergo, B-Dubs, yeah, and Vintage Beef. I think that's the 4 of them, right? Who made the 3D items, says Groverlex. A friend, Holden. I don't know if they have like much of an online presence, but I can't even, how did I come into contact with them? Anyway, you know, like, I know people in the Minecraft community all over the place. I'm also terrible at remembering names and stuff. But I just, you know, reached out to one person here, one person there or something, and then got in touch with a model designer. And, like, if you want to do the same, if you're thinking, like, oh, I want some custom models, you just got to reach out to people and research and be a part of, you know, various Minecraft communities related to these things, and then you'll find the people you want to work with. No one's going to give it to you, you know, like, you got to go out there and find it, right? I thought Etho was also a Minecraft member. Former Minecraft member. Vintage Beef's still a part of Minecraft. Also Doc. But I don't know what happens over at Minecraft these days, but it's very, very quiet. Unfortunately, like, what they had fell apart pretty quick. But, you know, being a community, like, not aspiring to be like them, but, you know, they were the inspiration for Hermitcraft. Seeing them fall apart, like, you could learn the lessons without having to go through them yourself. You could kind of see the things that unfortunately pulled what they had apart, and I feel like that's maybe part of why Hermitcraft has lasted so long, because you could kind of see what didn't work and learn, okay, this is how you do it instead. You got to do something different here. We were very fortunate to have that, I believe. You know, by not being the first, you kind of can learn from those that walked before, right? path. Why did Minecraft fall apart so quickly, says Ice-T. I mean, it's been documented in various forms of opinion and events that happened and stuff. To me, there are two key things that I think signified the issues with it. One was probably just they had a more casual approach to playing the game than Hermitcraft would eventually evolve into, because it was so early on that the idea of being like a full-time content creator was a little different. So I think at that point it was like more of just, hey, we're playing Minecraft, right? And then when it becomes like it is on Hermitcraft, like, oh, we're content creators and this is our livelihood, everything becomes a little different because of that. So it gave us personally a different like mindset to how we treat our Minecraft worlds and what we're doing as a group, right? And I think maybe they just reset the worlds a little too often, didn't sort of treat it in the same way that we do a Hermitcraft world, and people burned out and lost interest, which is something that, you know, we don't want happening, of course. Now, why can't I place the bed here? Is it? Oh, I've still got to break that one, I see. Huh. The second reason is that they decided to become a business, right? And that meant legal stuff and contracts. Some people were unhappy with it. Some people were okay with it. And it's just another thing that sort of fractured the group and added to the disinterest in the Minecraft server. They wanted to be a gaming group, or at least some people did, and maybe didn't recognize that the server was the core of the success. Whereas with Hermitcraft, like, we never really tried to sort of branch out and become a gamer group or something. It was always like, hey, we kind of understand that like the charm is the server, and as much as we'd enjoy doing other things too, like that's what Hermitcraft is. It's about the server, and so it's always been sort of priority number one. That's why we've never done a lot of modded stuff together, right? Because Hermitcraft's core thing is just the server. That's what we focus on. Tunkarat was referring to everything everywhere all at once. Oh well, I'm definitely not paying to see that again. No way. I don't think I'm gonna ever watch that movie again. Let's go all the way over here. Yeah, that's the sort of movie I would have loved as a teenager, but as an adult, it just lost me pretty quick. Like, there wasn't enough character development. I wasn't invested in like the motives behind all the artsy sort of passageways that the movie goes through, and it just dragged on. I was super excited to see that because it felt like the sort of movie I'd really appreciate, but turns out, nah, not quite. Almost got pushed into lava then. I think I wasn't holding down shift immediately after. Sometimes I do that. Bed explodes, hold down shift. What are we up to? 27. I think 32 would be a good number for us to aim for. And we've got a noise in the ear. It's Cowboy Up for 13 months. Happy to be here this morning. Lol. 3 AM. Can't sleep. Next first thing is Xisuma. When you can't sleep, I just what I do is I just lay in the bed and relax. You know, don't stress myself out about it. Just well, do you know what? Let's use a bed to get rid of this stuff. I just lay in the bed and accept that it's going to take a bit of time, right? Because you still need rest, and I find that even on those days where I can't sleep, like I've had some nights here and there with just like terrible, you know, just totally not able to fall asleep for some reason. My brain's just in a different place. But if I just lay there the whole night and just accept it, yeah, I can't fall asleep, just think about stuff, just try and relax. I feel like I still get the benefit of that later on. Like the next day, it's like, yeah, didn't get a full night's sleep, but it's better than staying up and messing with your sleep schedule and stuff. Since I've been sick, my sleep has been really good. Like every day I check the sleep score, I check in with myself, how do I feel, and I'm just sleeping really well at the moment. And usually I find it's like you get like 3 or 4 really good days of sleep, and then you have like one rocky night. But no, it's just been consistently good, which is awesome. Keep it going. TJ Madge says experience is the only teacher, but it doesn't need to be your experience. Oh, that's a really good quote right there. Some wisdom. Oh, Tunker Out, Argentina 1985. Yeah, that caught my eye. That's on Amazon Prime. You don't have to pay for it. It just sort of depends on like my mood, and I don't know. I have this weird thing about, like, I really enjoyed rewatching movies during the pandemic, but as of late, I don't know. Like, maybe you just get worn out on sitting down for 2 hours watching a movie, right? Like, that's just kind of where I'm at mentally. Like, I look at them, you know, what can I watch? Sometimes there's like that choice fatigue, where it's just like, oh, there's so many things, I don't know what to watch. And sometimes you look at it and you just don't fancy it. And I've just felt that so much lately. It's been really weird. I kind of felt like that when I watched The Pursuit of Happiness, but once I got going on that one, I really did enjoy it. Such a beautiful movie. Also, hearing the story of how it came to be that the two of them did the movie together was really, really nice. It wasn't like an intended, I'll do this movie with my son thing. His son, like, just at a very young age, just saying some sweet, innocent things about, like, how, why don't I do the movie with you, Daddy? And then the director saw the two of them together and just immediately knew, like, hey, this is the way it should be done, like, these two together. And they do. They just have an incredible chemistry on camera together. The music reminds me of old low-gravity maps of Tanky Online, says Luna Econite. Tanky Online, I didn't ever encounter that one. I've been finding it really hard to get into the movies these days, says Snowy Leah. Yeah. I feel like I'm probably more I'm just in the mood to play Diablo 4. I've been playing Diablo 2 with some friends, which has just been, like, just awesome to just hang out and play games as mates, not making content. My goodness me, that was close. Oh yeah, I can't use free cam because I'm still taking damage, right. Don't know if there is any in this room. What are we up to? 29, didn't I say 32 would do? Half a stack? Sounds pretty good. Right, I think I'll move on from that. What Y height are we at? 15, I've gone a little bit higher than we were originally mining. Oh, more lava. That's why I look up, right? You don't want that flowing into you. Goodness me. We must be like, yeah, there's a lava lake here. Oh, there's a big old lava lake. We're going to get a lot of this unless I shuffle down a couple of blocks. Go down to this level. X, I recently got a microphone to record videos, and I'm watching other streamers and YouTubers put their mics so close to their mouths that you can't hear their breathing. The problem with me is that it's audio. I put filters on OBS, but it's still audible. I don't really have a tip for that because you can hear me breathing. But when I edit my videos, I edit a lot of the heavy breaths out. Just experiment and tone it down a little bit. I don't think hearing someone breathe is like the worst thing ever, but it sort of depends on the context, like what type of video. Like, one of the worst things I find, and maybe it's a little bit more on me than on them, but when you're let's say you've got the sort of video that people search for, like people are going to find this because they sort it out. Those are called evergreen videos usually, right? So let's say it's a tutorial for something. The first minute of the video, people want to know, did I click on the right video? And sometimes what you get is this story of like, oh, hey guys, sorry I haven't uploaded in a week. I've been really busy with this thing and that. And, oh yeah, and if my microphone sounds odd, it's because I dropped it on the floor. And so, yeah, leave a comment and let me know if it sounds... And it's like, don't say any of that. Just get straight to the point. So to translate that to the breathing, it's like, what sort of video is it? Is it like, hey, I'm hanging out with this person playing Minecraft and they're talking about the cool stuff that they're doing? Or is it like an informative video? So like, if you're making tutorials, I would say edit that breathing out. I do it on my snapshot videos, right? Whereas on my Hermitcraft ones, I leave more of it in because it's more part of the flow. It's more casual. We're hanging out. We're on Hermitcraft, right? Whereas with the snapshot videos, it's like I'm here to tell you about something. So I'm gonna cut out all those little breath sounds and bits of silence or whatever. Keep it snappy and keep you sort of locked in with the information that you came to the video for. Right, I think I need a new direction. I'm going to backtrack a little because we need to head back anyway. 29. Yeah, I want 3 more on the way back. Like, what if we went in that direction there a little bit? And then did some over here. Right, here's the spot. Right, with these beds, do you think we can get 3 more? I reckon we will. Be pretty unlucky not to get 3 more, I'd say, with this many beds. I haven't sat down and watched a movie in ages, I just put them on as background noises. Okay, no. Oh, interesting. I don't really use movies for background noise. Is it me, or did I hear like a second explosion that time? This feels like a good spot. Hey, we got some noises in the air. Some gifted subs are here from King Claw Blazer. Thank you for your generosity, my dude, supporting our community. Samcat, Riff Raff, Alpha Legionnaire, IAZ, and Arta Bong. Yolbin, gifted subs. Be sure to say thanks in the chat. And thank you again so much, King Claw Blazer, supporting our community. Very kind of you. No diamonds, says Nathan Call. Thou shall not mine diamonds, right? We're going to mine the other diamonds today. Yeah, I was just in the Nether. I was like, okay, I need an image for the little, you know, the thing I share on the socials, and it was like, thou shalt not mine diamonds. And I was like, I'm not mining diamonds today. I'll grab that. The other diamonds. Yeah, the other diamonds. The Nether diamonds. You know about those Nether diamonds, surely. Them diamonds are hot. Yes, they're surrounded by lava. CJE says, cool to hear you talk about those things. I grew up on a lot of those series. Glad to see you are all still living your lives and doing what makes you happy. I'm guessing we're referring to Minecraft, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's terrific to still be here doing this. It's kind of wild it's gone on for so long, really. But then again, maybe not. Then again, maybe not. You know, because this is how things happen, right? Like, it's usually right place, right time, a little bit of luck, that kind of stuff. And so, hey, I wasn't sitting around twiddling my thumbs. I was making videos. I was participating in the community. So, if you do that, greater chance that you'll end up somewhere like this. We got more gifted subs. More gifted subs. King Claw Blazer, thank you so much again for another sub bomb here. Another 10 subs coming in. I'll just stand here on fire and read some names. Thy Mytagonist? Thime Antagonist. Probably butchering that one. Richard Salter. AMMR 89. GTech Nolog. JCiv XM. Orange Clock. Okruma. GVM, Yo-Yo Doggo, And Snootkin. Y'all been gifted subs before say thanks in the chat. And again, thank you so much, King Claw Blazer, for supporting our community. Right, I really want to have another go at getting these last... Wait, I got a second shulker box here. Oh my god, this makes inventory management so much better now, because I can do that. Yeah, I really want to get these last few bits. Luminescent Luna, thank you so much for subscribing. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Okay, let's make those beds. There's 8 of them. Do 8 more blasts. And we're approaching an hour. Wow, it goes by quick. So 8 more blasts, and I think then we're done. If we get that amount or not. Oh look, someone's been here before. I might also be heading back towards where someone else had done some ancient debris mining before as well, so we could head back into space that's already been plundered. What a great word, plunder. Doesn't appear to be any here, does there? Hi X, what you doing? I'm definitely not in the Nether mining for ancient debris. That's the one thing that I can tell you I'm not doing. I always use a fortune pick axe for the netherite and dig wherever. Ah, it doesn't work like that, does it? Like, fortune doesn't make a difference. Oh, I hear a magma. Hey, there's one more. Boop. Take that. I'll skip that one with the gravel. There's probably lava above it. Be pretty typical. Okay, none there. Oh, more gravel on this side. There must be a big old gravel patch somewhere here. Yeah, look. We're about to find another tunnel. So where should I be blasting? Could head back and go down that tunnel. Yeah, we'll do that. Nothing like the cat throwing up her breakfast properly wake you up in the morning. Oh dear. Cat puke is not pleasant. I remember being a kid at a childminder's house and the cat just like retching on the carpet, and then I looked at it and I was like, ugh, this is disgusting. Here it is, here it is. Fortune amending and quartz gives enough XP you can dig forever. Ah, oh, right, got you. Yeah, it repairs the pick, yeah. I see, I see. Just one pick. One pick to rule them all, right? Okay, didn't see any of that side. And none over here. Okay, we're down to 2 final blasts. Cross your fingers. Wish me luck. I'm going to go a little bit further. Get away from this gravel. We're going to go here. Oh, can't place it. Ah! One more! Okay, that's good. That's good. But what's not good... Oh, gosh. Trying to get rid of this. Hey! I was in the lava, wasn't I? There we go. That'll get rid of it. Get under that. Jump up. We're going to be like 1 shy of our goal. 31. I've probably got like an odd one somewhere else anyway. So next bit we'll go over here. And oh, well, that... Okay, I'm doing the off. That's it. That was the last one. Codex of the Stars, thank you so much for 4 months of support. Bright and early in the US, what a great way to start my day. It always is good to get up bright and early, isn't it? Does Hermitcraft support Tweakeroo block placement? No, no, we don't do auto block placing on Hermitcraft. There are some There are some differences between playstyles of hermits and things we do and don't do, but that is one that universally we don't do. No auto block placing. Confetti Boom says, are you a dog or a cat person? I am a lover of animals. Animals are amazing, they're beautiful, but having been around dogs a lot more, I think dogs are pretty darn magical as a companion, as a man's best friend, right? Okay, this was potentially all me that we're seeing right here. And at some point I've got to figure out the way back, just by memory. A derp's best friend, says Bear. A derp's best friend then, okay. So yeah, over here, and then at some point we took like a right-hand turn. Is this all me? Did I do that much today? This is the bit where I came in. Yeah, so I'm at least on the right path. Wow, we did so much more than I realized. It's crazy. Oops. So much more. Oh, hello! Piglin in the tunnel. And it went the other way. Don't be harassing me, dude. Just let me go. Let me go do my thing. Whoops. Oh, you would, wouldn't you? God, that was actually pretty close. What's going on in chat? Ah, TCG Arena. Sounds cool. I've seen Doc's TCG Arena. Last time I saw it though, it was like the bare bones. So I imagine Doc's built more around it now. Yeah, I remember dropping down into hit. Wishingly thought I saw a piece of ancient debris up there. I noticed that sometimes when you just see like some blocks like whiz by and blur a little bit, it's like ancient debris, ancient debris. Right, I feel like we're close to where we came in. Uh-huh, we are. The bare bones were diamond ore? What does that mean? Oh. There we go. This is the way. Huh. What a good reminder. Before I jump over the edge of a lava lake, right? So we have to fly up and find that. I've seen the blocks. Here you go. Super easy. Turn around and head all the way back. Brilliant. Just brilliant. Super easy, that. I've got more than I really need right now, but now we're going to go make a sword. Is the next part of what we're doing today. Just got to get to safety first. Woo! Into the base we go. Right, I need to nip to the loo, peeps, so don't go anywhere, but if you do, if you're like, oh, he's going to be gone for half a minute, my attention span cannot handle it, be sure to hit that follow button, peeps. Hit the follow button anyway, if you haven't done so, or whatever. Anyway, peeps, don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. Zombrain says, I've never seen these screenshots. They are amazing. They're from the Let's Play Minecraft Together server. If you're interested in joining, you can go to xisumavoid.com/get-whitelisted. And, while I remember, we need to hydrate. Drink some water, peeps. Keep yourself hydrated. I need to hydrate. Some good hydration. And Luminescent Luna is here gifting some subs to Cyberbees, SassyCat88, Curdled Frog, Kyler F1, and Brave Soul. Thank you so much for gifting those subs, Luminescent Luna. I like the name as well, by the way. That's a cool name. Sombrain says, haha, you made me jump. Thank you for the info. I made you jump. Now spin around and clap your hands. What? Yeah. Thank you again, Luna. Appreciate ya. Appreciate ya. Let's hop down here. Red One Legion says, one day I want to sub to you. I just can't afford it at the moment. Hey, man, that's totally fine. I'm happy to have you here just watching. That is more than enough. Let's go ahead and put our ender chest down in front of the ender chest. That's got to go away. This stuff's got to get smelted. Now, do I have any more, like, somewhere? Also, I'm not sure if I need any, like, put aside for a filter over here. I'm going to leave some of this, actually, and come back to it later. Because I might want to, like, filter it. So I'll make 4 netherite scraps. Or maybe I should just make what I need. I'm going to make another sword and upgrade this one. So I need 2. I could upgrade that, so that's 3. That'll be a bit over... In fact, that is deliberately got a slower mining speed. So we actually only need 3. In which case, those will get saved for another day. I think that's smart. These I can come back and sort out later. So let's put that in there. Uh-huh. Netherite bits. Actually, Blackstone goes into the other one. Uh-huh. Wood goes into there. Uh-huh. Keep saying uh-huh. Uh-huh. Right, now we've got to go smelt those scraps. Hey X, can I ask who made your animations for your little segments that come on stream? Unless you made them yourself, and of course they look amazing. They're made by the Puka. Long time. I don't know what you'd say for the Puka. Like, Puka's done so much around this channel. And for Hermitcraft too, with the Fanimations, Puka goes way back too. We were talking about the Minecraft days, like back in the very early days of Hermitcraft, he was making Hermitcraft fan movies that were just absolutely mind-blowing. They were so cool. Made so much sense to like reach out and work with Puka. It's one of those things where it's like, why don't we do this sooner? Why don't we like figure this out years ago? And of course he did a lot of stuff for Season 8 with Evil X. And thumbnail things here and there too. Right, there you go. 1, 2, 3 netherite scraps for us. Awesome. We've got to go buy some books. We've got to craft a sword. And we're going to upgrade 2 of our tools. Right, so we need to make a new sword. We need to upgrade the old one. Right, we need a smithing table. I don't think I even have a smithing table. How do you make one? I've forgotten. It's like iron... Oh, wait. There it is. There it is. I do have one. It's just over here. What else did I say I'd upgrade? Yeah, that pick. So, that and that we get to do straight away. Nice. I feel like it should have a custom texture like this one. Right? Although maybe the fact that it's slightly different will help me distinguish it. Ah, I don't know if I had a sword made. I do not know if I had a sword made. If I go trigger, custom model data set. Now if I put it to 0, it doesn't have anything. Cool. I put it to 1. Oh my god! I didn't know I had this! I had it made and forgot it. Ah! Oh, we found the new bone thing. It is, look, it's got the little skull on it. It's my little bone sword. Oh my god! Awesome! Awesome! Alright. Alright, we got a new... Look at that! Check me out. With the bone sword. That is so cool. That is so cool. Right. So I got that. I'm going to make another one. With that, and then that goes in there. All netherite tools. Loving it. Okay. That works. That was pretty cool. Look at that fancy bone sword, says Cheese Desire. Exactly, exactly. Why did you retire the Bone Mage skin? I liked it. I just kind of wanted to go back to being Doom Guy. And I was kind of done with the whole ribcage thing. And I was just like, do you know what? I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna switch to sitting down because I've been standing for the first part of this stream, and I wish to sit down and relax a bit more. Why don't you have skeletal wings? Says Slimy HD. Ah, that's because when I said, hey, can you make me those skeletal wings? They said, no. If I don't make them, one day Slimy HD will bring it up in a stream. And that'll increase your engagement. That's one more comment. That's why I didn't have the slimy, the skeletal wings made. I specifically said, they specifically said no skeletal wings. Anyway, let's stop being a goose and head somewhere else. Skeleton bat wings would be so cool. You know, I could have got like a custom elytra model thing done. Is that, does that, no, it doesn't work, does it? You can't get it. You can't do armor unless you got mods. I would really like to do that. Problem is, you want to preserve stuff for the world download. One thing we forgot about that I think we're going to be able to fix is Tango's decked out. And actually, not just Tango's decked out, but the custom record thing was like something we really wanted to do. And we got so caught up in the idea that we forgot that it doesn't get preserved in the world download. But thanks to 1.19.4, there's going to be a way to actually sort of amend some of the custom record stuff. So we could add a mod that's like, okay, so we can do this, now let's do it here. But then it wouldn't be preserved in the world download. Which is a bit of a bummer. Hey X, ever heard of texture packs, says Nathan Call. Have I ever heard of a texture pack? I wonder. I wonder if I've ever heard of a texture pack. What is a texture pack? Oh, do you know what? I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about. Vanilla Tweak says an elytra texture pack, says 4Gil. It does. Does that require... oh my god. Let me make a note. Because, you definitely can't do armor. Is elytra actually an exception to that? Because I think when we've mentioned doing custom armor for various things in the past, it's always been like, no, you need the mods, so we don't talk about it. But then... someone's pointed out they're called resource packs. But then... if the elytra's an exception and we hadn't realised that, what does that mean? Giving me some ideas here. Oh, do you know what? It changes the model. Right. But a resource pack changes the texture in the same way that you could change the texture of the armor with a resource pack. So you can't use custom model data to change it. Right. Overlapping ideas there, basically, is what's happening. Overlapping ideas. So no, you can't... I'll double check, but you can't do that with the method that we have here. So you can't have two elytra textures in the same world. So no. Unfortunately. Right, for this sword, we're going to need... well, that's not a good start, is it? Also, I don't have my diamonds to hand. Doesn't Impulse have like a secondary bookshop now? Right, now last time I had Sharpness, whereas I think what I'm going to go with is Smite. Probably the only ever Smite book you'll sell, Impulse. Mending is always a must. Was there... No, there wasn't a shulker box in there. Sweeping Edge is the other one we want. It would probably help if I were to just put the other sword here as well. Sweeping Edge. Sharpness. Looting and breaking. Yeah, we just need looting. Looting is like the one other enchantment, I think. Loyalty, Luck of the Sea, Lure. Knockback. Nah, none of these are useful for what I am going to be doing. Cool. Ye old envelope is here for 3 months, saying 3 months done and many more to come. Thank you, my dude. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for your support. Hope to see you again next month. Many more months to come, right? Okay. What are we doing? Okay, so we need one more book. We need... Hang on, that it'll cost 2 diamonds. We'll grab that. We'll grab that now. Might be a good idea to stock up on the ye old envelope, ye old fireworks. Put on ye old hotbar. Something funny about saying ye old over and over again. Don't know why. Impulse is I buy now, and I think you won a 50% off all season for that, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you're right. I did win a 50% off Impulse's shops, and I totally forgot. Oh well. I'll just pay. Wow, look at Scar's terraforming over here. Ooh, more of the castle. Oh, there might be spoiling stuff. Look away. And Impulse has been like going big this season. In fact, last season he went kind of mega with the builds. Right, I don't know where anything is, man. You might have a multi-floor elevator, but I don't know where I'm going. Where's this? This feels like the right place. Yeah. No. Okay, terracotta. Everyone's telling me level 2. Someone's telling me the first floor, though. Sea lanterns for sale? I think the idea is that you can put your own shops in here. It's not just Impulses. And I've built quite a few farms recently where I just haven't felt like doing the whole thing. Turn torch to select floor, press button to confirm. And then this... Oh gosh! What just happened? My face! Got smacked. Got smacked about a bit. Fireworks. Okay, I can see what these are. Where are the books then? What are these? Oh look, I found some books. Ah. Pay in the barrel. Bestsellers. Unbreaking's a bestseller. Always. Thank you, thank you. That's a cool little layout right there. That's not the way out, this is. This is the way out. Now I need an anvil. And we need to make this thing. Right. What is going on with these hermits, by the way? No one has brought this box. Do you want this box? Would you pay 9 diamond blocks for this box? I think that's an amazingly reasonable price. And yet, no one has brought any of them yet. Maybe the one over there? No! Ah! Look at that. I thought someone brought it. Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. Too expensive, says Lightning Aussie. Honestly, 9 diamond blocks and you never have to think about shulker boxes again. I mean, even if, like, you don't want this many shulker boxes because it's overkill, you've still got chests for storage. For a storage system. It's a good deal, I think. I mean, logs are selling a stack for 2. So it's 4 diamond blocks to make a stack of chests. So that means 2 stacks of shulker shells are 5 diamonds each. I don't know. To me that's a really good deal. Where's an anvil? Like, why am I wandering around looking for an anvil? There's one in my backpack. Okay. Here we are. Do I make it into netherite first? I can't. Got to do the books. You want to do them the cheap way around, you see. Looting's actually... Oh, I thought looting might have been one of the more expensive ones. 7 or 13. There you go. Do 7. Aha, only 20. Okay, so the last one was called Doom Guy's Looter. This will be Smiter. Doom Guy's Smiter. Smitter. Doom Guy's Smitter. Not as menacing. Not as menacing. Do you know what? The next thing that I need is a block that sometimes gets used decoratively. And I feel like it was used in iBuy, right? Did I see some of this stuff on the floor somewhere or something? Smithing table. Oh, yeah, no, I did. Oh, look at that. How convenient. Aha! And the final touch. We're going to do it again. We're going to put the custom model on it. Aha! Sweet! I now have a smiter sword. A smitter sword. Is it smitter or smiter, peeps? Smitter or smiter? Both. Oh, both. Doom Guy's Smitter Smiter. Is that what I have to say? Or do I say Smiter Smitter? Let's check for some diamonds. It's only been a couple of days since I last checked, but this place is popular. I should really do more with this at some point. I feel like the bone theme has got like a lot of potential. And I just kind of got stuck here with this build because there were just so many detail blocks. It was like taking like minutes to place one block at a time. Crazy. I will get back to that. I don't want to have any like loose ends this season, and so far we've got so much stuff like done and finished and wrapped, and I want to keep on top of that. A smitten sword. Ah, yeah, that I could always rename it. Smitten. Get smitten by my smiter or smitter. Wait, if you're getting smitten, wouldn't you be? Oh, let's drop it. We're officially dropping it. Good thing about the level cap is that you actually feel like a wizard gathering arcane knowledge by figuring out how to enchant efficiently from the wiki. Is that how you feel? Like a wizard with the arcane knowledge? Oh. I wish I could feel like a wizard with arcane knowledge. Right. Oh, I guess this sword needs a home in this box. I have leather boots. What's like the thing here that can get? I have 2 pierce bowmans. Are they the same? They're the same, but they got the second enchantment. I don't know why I've managed to hold on to 2 of those this whole time. I don't have an answer for that. Little bit of rearranging in order, I think. Just because. Why not? I kind of don't need to bring that thing around with me anymore, but you know. Yeah, that looks cool. Bone Tide. Oh, Bone Storm. Oh, with the puns. God. Just can't resist, can I? Where do I keep? I forget where I keep stuff like this. I tend to just end up. Oh, you know what? It's the diamond one. I think is like valuables, so I'd put it in there. How's this thing doing, by the way? Got some heads coming through. I could probably do like a lava. Nah, not a whole storage thing. Those are buckets of water in here. And then some stuff like this comes through and it's like, they should be part of the filters. They should really be part of the filters already. Right, so next thing we're going to do, I think the materials we've been using actually in the area. This place down here, we're going to work on this next, I think. Now that I've sussed out a little bit more about what I want to do with it. Yeah, look, we've got some of the greenery blocks here. What I don't have is the packed mud. Let's go gather some of that. Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit for now, isn't it? We need more. We need more. Uh-huh. Okay. Right, this is the spot. This is the spot. I remember how to use it. Dirt in the offhand. Shovel in the other. Oh, looks like we've got some left behind. Cool. Yeah, I think I was doing this and then got bored. I was like, let's go do something else. There it goes! Sweet! A good chocolate is better, but more commonly I prefer vanilla, says the map elf. Ah, I like dark chocolate. I see, I was going to say something then that I shouldn't. Stop myself before I said too much. Good. Sorry, I eat dark chocolate, right, and I get this 100% dark, pure cocoa. Love it. Now, it's like a savoury treat. It's like having crackers, you know, that you enjoy the flavour from a savoury perspective. But the brands that I consume is called Montezuma, and like they do loads of interesting other flavours. And I tried the dark cherry one recently. That was great. And then I tried the royal mint one yesterday, and it tastes like After Eight, and I absolutely love After Eights, so they're super sugary, and it's like a dark chocolate After Eight, which is super cool. I just don't like chocolate in general, says Silver Apples. I love chocolate. I'm not like a chocolate bar consumer. Maybe one of those protein bars on occasion. I'll have one of those. They're basically a chocolate bar, you know, just got loads of whey inside of it. But what I love is chocolate flavoured stuff. Chocolate flavoured cake, brownie, ice cream, always the best. So yeah, I'm into that. Also, like, I really like Halo Top. And they do like a couple of chocolatey flavours, that's cool. But I was just doing some research because there's all of these like different flavors of Halo Top, and the way they distribute them here in the UK is that different shops get different flavors. And I recently discovered this cookies and cream one at Tesco, right? I've also got strawberry cheesecake now as well. And the cookies and cream one was really nice. And so then I was like, oh, what other flavors are there? Started digging around. In America, they have way more flavors, loads of stuff, crazy. And then I found my way to like how to make your own homemade Halo Top equivalent. And they're talking about how like you can make pints of ice cream like Halo Top that you have even less calories in. And I'm getting a real kick to like try and find like an ice cream maker that maybe I can make smoothies with as well. So I like the idea of putting a bunch in the freezer and then like on occasion like I like make my own portions, because I think like, as much as I like the indulgence of a Halo Top, I think a pint is too much. I think a half pint is probably about right. Like, even though, yeah, it's lower calories and stuff, like, you're just consuming, like, a large amount of it in one go. So I like the idea of making my own, like, experimenting with flavors and stuff. Instead of using cream, you can use 2% Milk X, says Randy. I can't remember what they were recommending in this video, but it might not be quite what you expect, because... yeah, you use stuff like protein powders to help. I won't get into specifics, but like, I need to do more research about what to put in. It wasn't quite what I expected. Grey Cat Crossing is here for 4 months. What's your opinion on that new ruby chocolate? I have not even heard of the ruby chocolate, so I can't have an opinion on it. Does ruby have a flavour? I thought ruby was a stone, right? speaking of stone, we're going to need to clear that out of this area. Right, so with this wheat chest of mine that I've never given a yellow colour for some reason, we can now, of course, make the packed mud. That's what this chest should be. Oh, I'm always thinking about, like, how... Right, when Season 10 comes around, I'm carrying on with this tradition. But each time I've got to upgrade, right? So, like, I'm laying down the foundations of, like, this is an evolving process. I will eventually reach, like, peak ender chest optimization. What I need to put in here is, like, the packed mud stuff too. This needs to be a catch-all for several materials, because, like, what do you put in the chest with wheat? I don't know, like stuff that you make with wheat, and this is one of them. So wheat is now going to be like these other materials too, right? And then I don't have to just carry around a stupid amount of hay bales that I never use. There'll be other useful building blocks. We're getting there. We're learning. Like this one here, that's been super helpful to just have different types of stone blocks. Shulker shells, I don't need that many. They probably, you know, I'll probably pull them out and put something else in. But yeah, we're slowly learning. I really feel it might be beneficial to like sit down and study it a little bit more rather than do it dynamically. But yeah, I can put all of these sorts of blocks in, right? The bricks, the stairs, the slabs, and have a nice, neatly organized ender chest for that. That is a cool idea. Right, now these signs have been here, yeah, for a while. I've built bulk storage, so that can go. We're going to rip out loads of the stone in here for the next part of what we're doing. This wood, by the way, I think is a hangover from Cleo managing to break this thing, which maybe isn't too unrealistic, because hey, I know how it works, but when other people come to your base, they're not going to just understand everything, right? Okay, so yeah, ripping out all of that. So these other signs over here, I haven't actually done all of these yet. Like, oh my god, what is that one? Okay, it's a lichen farm. We have a lichen farm. We have a sea pickle farm. See those pickles? That's my sea pickle farm. Yeah, lichen over there. Done that. Mud block farm, done. Concrete converter, yes. Furnace array, yes. Sweetberry and egg farm. Those are the two that we have not done. We have not done Sweetberry and egg farm. So those will stay here for now. I don't know where I should put them. I need like a wall of ideas somewhere. Anna T, thank you ever so much for resubscribing for 3 months. I'm really kind of like in the mood for doing this, but I'm just reminding myself I did want to do some redstone-y stuff today as well. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe just do this bit off camera. Yeah, I think I might go that way around for now. So in order to preserve those ideas, I know I'm going to end up ripping off these signs again. Yeah, if I'm not going to do this now, I'll leave them here, but we'll put in one more sign, which is the kelp tank. Right, yeah, I'm glad I remembered this. As much as I'm enjoying our time on Hermitcraft, I wanted to share you a little idea. My brain started ticking over with it earlier, and I thought it'd be fun to do on stream, because I think the process of figuring out a redstone contraption is super cool. But when you do that on your own, you feel like, oh, there's all these cool ideas and moments that you're not sharing. The problem is when you do it on stream, it's harder to like get your brain into the space. But anyway, here's my idea. On the Create server, we had a really cool shoot the target block minigame. I've got a feeling Cubfan might have already made one of these last season, but you know, shoot that, get a signal or a signal strength. And I've been experimenting a little bit with like, well, how are you going to expose that target block? You could also, by the way, you could also move the target block. And the reason I was thinking you wouldn't want to do that is because you'd expose the comparator. But now it occurs to me, if you really want to make this like super seamless, yeah, I like the. Is it going to be super seamless? You could have a piston actually, like push up the block below and put it there to hide it, and then come back again. The thing is, if you don't want to see the piston arm, you have to have blocks there. So if you want to make this like as close to seamless as possible, You probably do actually want to do your pistons like that. So when this thing is active... yeah, that's right. When it's not active, this one at the bottom will be set off. So now it's hidden behind this block, and that allows us to see that that's where that piston should point down. So when active, it does that, right? The glass is just so we can see what's going on. We can look at our redstone a little easier. Now, the thing that I wanted to do was give you a point for every signal strength, and then I kind of realized, oh, wait a minute, like, this is 15 droppers. A water stream's going to need, like, an ice block in the middle. You're going to mess up moving the items around. This isn't going to work. Unless you put... Just thinking, like, you would need diagonal pushing water so that it would have momentum to be dropped into another water stream that goes off across the ice. That could still possibly mess up. Anyway, the problem being that the items might get sort of caught in the ice if they land directly on it. Then I started to think, well, what about using some signal strength subtraction? And this is where I think it gets interesting. Book and quill? Book and quill. Water stream with a step down, says Blackjack. Step down? Oh! Of course. Yeah, that would work too. That would work too. It would be a lot of water streams though, right? Yeah, why did I not think... It's funny how your brain, like... It's funny how there's so many things in this game, there's so many details to remember all the time. A lot of Redstone is like that. You make something and then you look at it again at another time and it's like, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I remember that? Anyway. Here's what I need to... Wait, page 1 of 1? Oh, I needed to write something on the last page, right? Okay, now... Yeah, there you go. Now it works. Right. So, what we'll do is we're... how's the best way to test this? I think we need to simulate a full signal strength over here. And then we're going to need to use F3 a little bit. Luckily, we've got our nice and clean looking one. So power 15. It's pointing into the wrong spot, first of all. Right, and let me do a little test here, or like, let me shimmy things around a little bit. Then get rid of everything there. Right, and where was my target block? If... Oh. Things have gotten a little messed up here, I think. No, that should really be 1 block lower. And then it can push it up to hide it, and then that one can push back down. Okay, if I put a block there, and then shoot this thing... Oh, yeah, of course it wouldn't. Right, it doesn't read like that. That's fine, that's fine. Just thinking, the first thing I want to do is subtract, but do we want this lectern, like, too close to here? Like, what if the next part of what I'm building is like this? The reason I just mentioned that is just because we're going to use this module. It's going to be a module over and over again. So you want to kind of like build in some flexibility with what you're going to put around it. So we'll bring this thing over here. That needs to be on subtract mode, and then we swap this back to simulate full signal strength. That arrow was still there. Makes me wonder if I messed up the test tool. Yeah, power is now 14. Okay, for a second there I thought I might have missed something with my thinking. If we go shoot the edge, the power is going to be lower. Yeah, okay. And then the fact that the arrow's there isn't really a problem, is it? Yeah. Alright, so... we need this signal strength to activate that dropper. However, does this work in the same way that repeaters work? If it does, I think it might be important to actually have a block there first. We might not even need any redstone dust. Interesting. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm wondering if this is actually going to even make this that much more compact. I guess it depends on how many of these things we put in. Let's put the arrow just... In fact, you don't even need an arrow if you're in creative mode, by the way. Right, so... We're going to put these like so. Oh! No, actually, I can have the droppers like this, I think. We'll soon find out what's going to happen here. We'll soon find out. So, we do that. And then we need that subtract each time. The more I think about this, the more I realise this is going to get a little bit complicated for me to diagnose unless I set up something a bit smarter behind us, right? What we need back here for testing is like a way for us to manipulate the signal strength. Actually, this is funny. I was going to do it the hard way. We've got the lectern. We're literally already doing this. Although, do I want it to be a pulse? To begin with, this might be useful. So, like, how far does the signal strength go if we always subtract 1? So if I turn this up to a 2, it reaches that one. If I turn it up to a 3, it reaches that one there. So I think what I probably need to do is make all of these 2. So it subtracts 2 each time. And then that means that we need to probably, yeah, mess around with this a little better. Right, so can I make this easier on myself if I click here? So you get signal strength 1, 2, right, 3, you get your first point, if you think about it like that. 4 doesn't, that's exactly what I want. 5 does, right? Okay, so you get one for 5, you don't for 6. 7, you do. So 8, 9 for the next one. 10, 11. 12, 13. And the very last. So we have the exact right amount, 15. And then that one activates. Cool. Now that's super compact. And I'm just hoping that it activates the droppers below correctly, which might be really tricky to figure out. Might need a bit of extra redstone at the end. But otherwise, super compact module. And down here we can have a bunch of like water streams to bring this somewhere else. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So by shooting at a target block, your accuracy will come in 7 different degrees. That's sort of the idea that I'm rolling with here. How much will bud powering interfere with it, says Blackjack. That's exactly what we're going to try and find out now, I guess. Is how much that interferes with it. Because bud powering, you know, it can be useful as well as get in the way, right? So we're hoping that in this instance it's more useful than in the way. Okay, and I think what makes sense now... Right, that didn't activate anything, is to use the target block and bow and arrow again. Just, like, shot at the edge, not good enough. Go in a little bit. Okay, let's shoot the middle. Didn't actually do anything. Is it because that's technically bud powering it? Huh. How long is the pulse here? I want to keep this real compactness going. It's too long a pulse, because check this out. Well, actually, technically, that isn't a problem, because as long as these droppers are consistently activated, that might be all we need. So you get 2 points for each one. That's not the worst thing ever, is it, really? It'd be nice to get exactly 1. Another way you might be able to get one is to use pistons facing downwards with one of these. So like, if I go ahead and use a little bit of world edit now. That way. So say we stack that by 7. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. They're already bub powered by that. And then this is pointing forward, so that's not really possible. And we popped them off, doesn't matter. So I think the most likely thing is that. Okay, let's go ahead, put all these things in. Still very compact, right? Still very compact. And you know, I could change this so like the observers are pointing on this side. It kind of just depends on how I want everything to work. In fact, I kind of like that better. I think having that and that will be nicer. Let's go ahead and just put that in place as well. Right, and what I should have done is filled this up. Let's grab an item that we can sort of call a point. What's a satisfying item? A diamond. We'll go with emeralds. Go with emeralds. So if I do that and then stack it, we should see... Yeah, they've all got them now. Right. So we go ahead and shoot this thing. Oh, that looked like a very accurate shot. Is it me? Is it me, or is it like spitting out more than it needs to? The one at the end got activated a 3 times. Let's try again. Like right. Okay, and then over here at the edge. It's going all the way through. They are not on subtract mode. That makes so much sense now. Okay. So that was like aiming for the middle. Let's aim for the edge. Yeah, now when you look at it, it feels right, doesn't it? Cool. Alright, chat. How about y'all help me out with this next bit, because my mind just had an interesting thought. The idea is to move these items to a certain point with water streams, but I'm pretty sure I don't like where this is going. What about just, like, capturing the signal strength and using it for some additions somewhere else later on? I don't like the sound of that at all. You'd need a lot of comparators, which I can easily make. I've got all the farms for survival to have long comparator chains. That might actually be like an interesting way to do it, to preserve the redstone signal that comes out of it and add them up that way. Because currently the idea is to move all the items somewhere and then count them as a score. This would get wild into comparator stuff, because you need to represent the score to the player. So the player can look into a chest and see a bunch of items and it's like, oh, I did that good. Isn't that great? Oh, and do you know what? With this layout here, we could put some hoppers and chests on top, if it came to that. I'd have to think about, like, what's my most disposable item at that point. Now, if we were to transfer the redstone signal strength somewhere, then we have to translate that into points. I don't know quite how to do that, because signal strength itself is limited to 15. So, like, what if you wanted to represent more than 15? Because you could do a lamps thing. You could get to the end of your run. And I like this idea because I don't have to come back in and ever refill these. Players don't have to, like, look into a chest to see their score. What if you had a display of like 100 lamps? What would that look like? How would the redstone work? You would probably need some sort of memory system somewhere where it adds from each little module. It's definitely possible. I will give it some thought as an alternative, because I really like getting involved in this sort of stuff, and usually the problem for me is that I just don't have the time. I'm always doing a stream, making the next video, but it might be a really cool project just to chip away at and try and learn something in the process. I did something really cool a long time ago with the Lights Out project on my channel, and that took a lot of time with just thinking and taking your time to think about how this stuff works. Anyway, so we'll be able to put a bucket of water somewhere in here. I don't actually need this space, but it just kind of occurred to me that for the amount... Can we update it? We can't update it. Where'd the water go? Put that there, pull this back. And it hasn't. Oh gosh, it's just gonna make things difficult for me. Right. You see the point. So we can get all the items out just down here. Yeah, not bad. If we put the water directly under the dropper, it would come out one block further as well. Just something to keep in mind. So nice, super compact module. Really happy with that, actually. Technically, these can float. Right, now the bit at the front. So you're going to put several of these in your game. And I don't know if the player should be like on a minecart, like traveling, or they should be able to walk around or what. But I was thinking you need to... Oh, there's so many ways you could do this. So I was thinking of doing it on a timer. Because you've got to think about the layout, right? But maybe the way it works is you get one shot at everything. I really like that. Okay, so once you've taken your shot, it gets cleared. So maybe you can spend as much time as you like in the area shooting these things. Maybe you're on a minecart track, so if you miss, it doesn't really matter. We can reset these things after the game. Oh, that actually needs to go the other way around. So that block needs to be... Right, set block, observe. Oh yeah, give it the coordinates. Observer. You want it to face south, probably. Right? Or down. Or up. Guess that's facing up. So when this thing gets activated, it'll immediately block it off. And I think you can literally just put a block there. Although, does that actually update it? I'm not sure if it does. Where's my bow? I'm always taking the wrong thing on and off of the hotbar here. Yeah, it doesn't actually update it. If I turned that into a piston, though, the piston block doesn't get powered, but it would pass on an update. Yeah, so that doesn't work. But I could also do that. Yeah, that's not quite what you want. So, redstone dust might just be the way to do it. Have a little shot of that. Right, now does it interfere with our system back here? Is the next question I have. So if I go ahead, try and shoot it right in the middle, it might mean that this actually just got activated less. Like, it doesn't double pulse, which I think is much better. Okay. Okay. So, in order to start the game, you just send one signal over here. Right? Like, I was thinking about doing it on a timer, but this just feels right. Because I was thinking about how... What if you could get 2 shots off at the target block? You know? Like, what does that mean for having it timed? Like, you hit it and then it retracts. Do you want the player to hit it twice? This kind of solves all our problems. So we have a single input. Oh, and do you know what? I can compact this because you do not need a block here. Right? And so then your line, wherever this thing comes from, can be a block lower. Get rid of that. Huh? Wow. Super compact little module. So wherever the player goes in your level, they get one shot, and that's it. Now, I think this suits being on a minecart, because if you have just one shot, you can take your time. Aim very carefully. Now move on. But if you're on a minecart, you're kind of instigating a little bit of a time trial anyway, because the minecart track will always have the same experience for each player. So this is all lining up really well, I think. every player will have the same experience on that minecart. You know, lag aside and stuff like that. And now we've got a very simple module where you can simply reset, right? Start the game, and then do this, and that's your shot. And if you miss it, and you don't get an opportunity to shoot it again, maybe the track is designed so you have like multiple routes. That's pretty cool. Alright, from here you can pretty much go straight into the design phase, I think. Like, that's the core module of the game. Let's take a shot. Out comes your points. Just got to send those all to the end point, pick them up the hoppers, put them into a chest. Pretty simple, right? X, you got to lower those droppers, otherwise the observers will be powering neighbor droppers. Oh, yeah, okay. So, when we activate this one, we also get one out of there. I wanna like just check. I feel like you're absolutely right, but I want to check. But maybe I don't really need to. Right. Okay. We'll come in here. Come in here and do that. Let's shimmy. Shimmy yimmy yo, shimmy yam, shimmy yay. Give me the mic so I can take it away. Is it shift, not move? No, shift is region. Move is it? Why not move? So now our module is ever so slightly bigger. Oh, I love how compact it was. It was like perfectly in line with that bit, but hey, doesn't matter. I could actually therefore just put the droppers. Ooh, no. I love compacting, right? And a lot of the time the compacting is just not my forte. But today it's on a simple level where we get to enjoy the pleasures of simple compacting. Look at the space efficiency that we are exploiting here. Okay, so if I put the water bucket there, this thing's going to come all the way out and then one. And then we get to get rid of all of that. And then we get to get... Yep, no, get rid of all of that. And once again, we have gone back to a very compact little module. Love it. Love it. Is that fixed? If you drop the droppers down one, they will go QC. Does QC mean quasi? Quasi connectivity. Oh, did I not solve the problem? Now you need to remove the blocks above the droppers. Oh, and then they'll get... Oh, even more compactness. That does the job, right? That does the job. That's a really cool little module. So, from here... I'm gonna try and bring this to some of the other hermits and get us to design a game together. There's something that needed doing on Hermitcraft that I mentioned, and I was like, why don't we just like hop into a world, play together, and do this thing? Because one thing we don't do as hermits is just do stuff in creative mode together, which I think would be fantastic. And I'm always looking for an excuse. And maybe this is it. Maybe I could be like, why don't we like build this game together? I've got this module. All you need to do is build a minecart track to go around a cool environment that maybe some of the other hermits want to help make. And you just shoot the targets along the way. And this super compact little module sorts it all out for you. Another thing, these are likely going to be like on the edge. Like you're going to be in the middle going around. And these are going to be like on the edge of artificial walls and stuff. So it probably makes more sense that the water actually starts at this end. And then goes the other direction. I was just thinking, can I... like, trying to be Mr. Super Compact. I could possibly put an upwards facing trapdoor there. Or like a waterlogged block. But then... Hang on, let's just mess around for a second. Like, the redstone will activate the trapdoor. But it does... The water does flow out. Is there like a block... that can not interfere with the dropper. I don't think there is. It's a curious thought. There's not like a panel block, is there? Anyway, that way, then you wouldn't need that. I could also have the trapdoor on the outside, but like it's still just a whole block. So, when we get down to here, like, oh yeah, there's still that. I guess what you'd probably want is for it to drop into the water stream below. So we'd have a sign at the end here. Or glow lichen. You can always use glow lichen too. Yeah, so then your items, if they're going to do that though, you want to make sure they fall down. And then the water stream system. You know, maybe that redstone's a little too close for that. Yeah, that might not actually be the best idea to swing it around that way. I think I'm going to change that back, but just food for thought. Don't have to go overboard with compacting. Let's come down the end here, do that, and put in our little block. Cool. So that's the module, and that's kind of all you need. When you start the game, this redstone gets activated, right? When you finish, you're also actually going to need another redstone signal to come back down to here. Right? I'll leave these in as notes for myself. You've got a start game signal. You're also going to need an end game signal. You don't want that powering other ones, so actually what you probably want is this to be laid out like, where's the best way to put this? Because you want another redstone line coming through. And you don't want it back powering, so you want something like that, and then it can continue on the other side. So yeah, we're probably not going to put that water stream there. So that will go on to like the next one, but that redstone can't pass the signal on in either direction. If I put a repeater on the other side of that, it would actually point into it and pass it on. So that makes it the end game / reset. And then this one is the start game to make sure... Is that right? Yeah, that you've pushed down the target block and you're ready to play. So, you know, press button to start, minecart goes off, sets off all of these. Go around, try and shoot that one, come over here, try and shoot the one over there, shoot these ones, shoot those ones. When you get to the end, minecart activates this. That's it. And all the items go into the chest. Maybe the player has to... empty the chest after they've checked their score. That's pretty cool, isn't it? That's it. One module. The rest of it is creative building, linking some redstone wires together and some water streams, and you got a game. I must remember, though, to mess around with this idea of doing other stuff with the signal strength, but probably a little too much for me. I don't know, with some downtime I'll start to think about it, take some notes, see if I can put some things together. Yeah, there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed that little redstone segment. I certainly enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit the follow button over here on Twitch. You can probably tell where I'm going with this now, right? You've watched enough of these streams, you know what's going on. Yeah, peeps, hit the follow button, and if you're not doing anything else, please do go check out my Linktree, linktree.xisumavoid.co. There's other interesting stuff that I do, like play guitar and make music. You can find links to my music on there, Soulside Eclipse. You can find playlists of me playing guitar and all sorts of interesting content that you might not know is attached to my channel and the things that I do. So yeah. Anyway, a big thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated, and cheered. Thanks to all my mods, my patrons, the people gifting subs. And now we'll go find a channel to do a riggedy raid on, and I believe Iskal is building a tree farm. I'll send you over to Iskal today, peeps. That is it from me, though. Thank you ever so much for tuning in, and I'll see you again next time. I don't know when it will be, but it won't be too long. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye.